Thank you, Mr. President. Well, from some of the private conversations I've had with members of the body last night, I feel the need to repeat some facts regarding the time remaining. So, we have 111 bills on select file and final reading. Many of those bills may need a cleanup amendment for the provisions of the bill. I understand that. 10 or more bills need to be amended either on select file or with a return to select file from final reading to lower the fiscal impact. Just the processing of those bills and amendments could likely take up the time we have remaining. The time for adding bills to bills is over. I know some of the amendments being offered today will be doing just that, but I ask you to work with me to ensure we can address all the bills we have worked so hard on earlier in this session, and please show some restraint. We have less than 2 days to address all select file bills and any motions to return a bill from final reading. At the end of both Tuesday and Wednesday, we will need to receive back from the revisor's office all bills advanced on each day. The revenue bill advance from general file yesterday took over 3 hours for a technician to compile all the amendments added to the bill during general file debate, and that does not even include the time it will take a bill drafter to complete their portion of the E&R review work. So adding bills to a bill at this stage could jeopardize the ability for the revisor's office to turn around the underlying bill in time for final reading this session, given the constitutional requirement of a 1 legislative day layover before a bill can be read. So I've given direction to the reviser of statutes that they are authorized to prioritize amendments addressing cleanup, improvement of a bill, and amendments to decrease the fiscal impact of a bill. Amendments to add a bill to another bill will be drafted as time permits. Alternatively, I've instructed the clerk to only accept amendments to add another bill to a bill that have been drafted by the revisor's office. He will not be accepting floor amendments to add another bill to a bill. Bill cleanup or bill improvement amendments and amendments to lower a bill's fiscal impact need to be requested as soon as possible. Tuesday's agenda will be contingent upon which bills are ready for debate. Also, keep in mind that Tuesday and Wednesday, many of the bill drafters will be devoting time to turning around the bills we advance those days to ensure we have those bills correctly engrossed before we go home each evening. Drafters available to draft amendments will be fewer than usual. Last night I heard from the two senators, from two senators, that each intend to take a bill to cloture, or at least spend an extensive amount of time of debate on the bill. While I cannot prevent this type of behavior, please know that senators participating in this type of action may likely be jeopardizing the amount of time we have left to address a bill they desire to see advance across the finish line. So I want to pause there for a second and say, there may be still specific issues. If you see specific issues, please go to the introducer and attempt to work out those issues, please, and not just burn time. So if there's things you can do in advance, if you can let me know that there's a bill here and I got to get to the introducer, then please give me that heads up. I won't put that out there so we just waste time. Give you a few hours, we don't have a lot of time, give you some time to go and talk to the introducer and see if that can be addressed. By scheduling day 60, a week following day 59, I had intended to complete all final reading on day 59 to ensure no pocket vetoes occurred. That's no longer an option. We will need to read some bills on day 60. How many will depend on how productive we are next Tuesday. Knowing some bills will need to be read on day 60, please email me if you have a bill which you have reason to believe could be vetoed, and I'll try to put that on day 59. That's the goal. With the amount of work we have to do on Tuesday, we will be convening at 9 a.m. that day, not 10, 9 next Tuesday. Please plan on late nights both Tuesday and Wednesday next week, because we'll have to wait for the reviser to bring the bills back. Additionally, a reminder that Tuesday's agenda will be available late day Monday, and I will send an email to senators and staff on Monday when that agenda is made public. Thank you, Mr. President.